Everybody knows jazz guitar is difficult to learn. It requires learning all sorts of scales, chords, and theory before you can even start to play, right? Wrong. Nothing could be further from the truth. Sure, there's plenty you can learn, but you have a lifetime to do it. And if you know bar chords and pentatonic scales, you can start playing jazz right now. In this video, we're going to blow away 5 myths that are preventing you from playing jazz guitar. Let's jump in. Myth number 1, you need to know lots of scales. Most people think that they have to know lots of scales and modes before they can play jazz. But the truth is, if you know the pentatonic scale, you can get started now. Now that's Sunny Moon for Two by Sonny Rollins. It's a riff tune on a blues, and it's just the minor pentatonic scale. Kenny Burrell's great album Midnight Blue is almost entirely minor pentatonic scales. The point is that it's not the notes, it's how you play them. And if you play them with a jazz style and with a good groove, you're going to be fine. Now I use 3 main scales: the major or natural minor scale, the melodic minor scale, and a pentatonic blues scale. Now sure, there are other scales, but I often get to them just by modifying one note in the pattern that I'm using. The important thing to remember is that scales are just a framework. You're never limited to those notes. All 12 notes are always available. Myth number 2, you need to know hundreds of chords. I'm sure you know the old joke about rock players playing 3 chords to thousands of people, while jazz players play thousands of chords to 3 people. Yes, I know a lot of chords, but we don't think that way. Many of the chords we play are based on just a few simple shapes called shell voicings. Shell voicings are 3-note chords with the root on the 5th or the 6th string, and then 2 notes on the 3rd and 4th string that will define the chord sound. Now, if you know bar chords, you can quickly learn shell voicings, and you only need 12 movable forms to play any chord. And now even better, if you have a bass player, you only need these 3 shapes: the perfect 5th, the tritone, and the perfect 4th. And one more thing, jazz chord fingerings are generally easier and less tiring than bar chords. Myth number 3, you need lots of chops. Jazz is played fast, so you need to be able to shred, right? But even on up-tempo tunes, you don't have to run endless lines of 8th and 16th notes. Nobody cares about your chops anyway, except other guitar players. It's not sports, and there's no points for degrees of difficulty. They want to hear your music. You need just enough chops to be able to play the music that you want to play. Now, eventually you can tackle Cherokee or Donna Lee, but you don't need to start there. And here's a trick you can use right away. A couple of short, fast licks during a nice grooving solo will have more effect than lots of notes. Let's take a listen to the bridge of Take the A Train. So do these sound familiar to you? Are there other blocks in your way? Or have you found a way to overcome them? Let me know in the comments down below. Myth number 4. You need to know lots of theory. Sure, you'll want to know some theory, but nowhere near as much as you think. And there are plenty of tunes that you can play that require little of any theory. Eventually, you should know the basics: intervals, major and minor scales, keys, how to spell triads and seventh chords, and the diatonic chords. Because with just a little theory, you can handle a lot of tunes. Check out this video where I use theory to decipher another U so that anybody can play it. Now, one caveat about theory: you need to be careful not to overload on it, especially when you're playing, or it can end up sounding like an exercise, not a solo. Use it in the practice room, but leave it there. And now myth number 5. You can learn all of this all on your own. See, there's a lot of information out there, way more than when I was learning. Videos, blogs, every tune ever recorded. Everything you need to know is available online. So you should be able to learn jazz on your own, right? Well, maybe for some of you, but it's not as easy as it might seem. First, it's just too much information. You could spend a lifetime watching all the videos telling you how to play jazz, never actually play. If you're starting out, you need a guide to tell you what to learn now and what can wait until later. But more importantly, you need to know when you're doing it right. One difference between experienced players and beginners is the detail they hear. There are a lot of things new players just don't hear yet. You'll save a lot of time by finding a good teacher, and eventually you'll get to the point where you can do it on your own too. Now, I know that private teachers can be expensive, and it can be difficult to commit to a fixed schedule. And that's why I developed the Jumpstart Jazz Guitar Coaching Program. You get custom lesson plans and materials with unlimited feedback and support. You work at your own pace and at times that are convenient for you. And it's a fraction of the cost of private lessons. Click the link below to schedule a free trial lesson with me and see if it's right for you. And whether you sign up or not, you'll get a free, personalized 30-day lesson plan to get you started. So if you can play blues, classic rock, or any style really, you can start playing jazz right now. If you're ready, this video is a great place to start.